Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Fins from Team Gins here. I'm here today to talk about the second card in my underused and underrated segment, and I'm here today to talk about a card that I've used plenty of times over the years. Lightning Vortex. Lightning Vortex, if you guys don't know what it does, you discard a card and then you basically um, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. They can be face-up in attack position, face-up in defense position, they have to be face-up. Okay, so first I'm going to go over a couple of pluses of the card, why I think it's a little underrated, and why people should possibly use it more. First off, there's such a little cost for it. You don't have to pay any life points. Your opponent doesn't draw anything. You just have to discard a card. That can come in so handy in some decks if you have a dead draw. You know, if you have something just sitting in your hand that's not going to be useful for a while, just pitch it and you blow up all your opponent's face-up monsters, which is a fantastic effect. Um, the only real plus that I could see that having over Dark Hole is that it only works on your opponent's side of the field. You know, Dark Hole is great, but, you know, it blows up your side of the field too, and so does Black Rose Dragon. But Lightning Vortex only hits your opponent's side of the field, which can really set up for some great direct hits. You can easily go for game after Lightning Vortex. The next thing I want to point out is in certain decks that get real pluses off of discarding, like Dark World or Fabled, they can go absolutely crazy with Lightning Vortex. Like, absolutely crazy. Um, I mean, think about it. They could pitch Grapha with Lightning Vortex, blow up their opponent's side of the field, normal summon Beige or Silva or whatever they want, really, and then bounce it back and go for 27 or 33,000 if they have gates on the field with Grapha. So Lightning Vortex is pretty insane in decks like that. And Fables are a deck that I've been playing for quite some time. They swarm like crazy, and they don't really have like big, heavy-hitting monsters. So Lightning Vortex makes them a really like significant, like it gives them a really significant boost, and really gets them going for some direct attacks that they wouldn't really have without this card. So you see, it really helps like certain decks, even like in like Light Sworn, if you like have to pitch like a dead wolf in your hand, or like if you have like that one last Light Sworn that you need to get in the graveyard for Judgment Dragon. Lightning Vortex has a lot of great uses in that discard cost. And I finally want to say, it is a fantastic first turn. If you draw this first turn, like if you go second, your opponent normal summons a monster, sets up their whole field with that. You can use Lightning Vortex and then just go crazy. You know, it's such a great first turn pull, especially in those decks that I just mentioned, like Dark World and Fabled. If you pull that first turn in that deck, you can go crazy with special summoning and go like get a crazy combo going just the first turn. Um, now for the minuses that are the main reason why the main reasons that Dark Hole is overall better. The first one I want to point out is it only affects face-up monsters. So Dark Hole hits everything. As I said before, it hits both sides of the field. But Lightning Vortex only affects face-up monsters. So if your opponent sets a monster first turn, you draw this first turn, then you're kind of screwed. Then this is just sitting in your hand. That's kind of why Dark Hole is much better. And the only other thing that I can really think of is it's just an awful late game pull. I mean, so is like Dark Hole can like to some point like get you back in the game if you draw it first. Excuse me. If you draw a Dark Hole late game and your opponent has a full field, you know you can drop it and then basically get back to square one. But with this, you would have to have another card in your hand, which might not be the case. You know, it might not be the case if you just draw this mid game or late game even. So that's why Dark Hole is better. But Lightning Vortex definitely has its plus sides to it, especially in decks that get major pluses off of discarding, like Dark Worlds and Fables, and other decks as well. So comment down below. Tell me what you think of Lightning Vortex, if it's underrated or not. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Take it easy.